All right, we are live.
Right on. Okay, I heard the recording start, so that means that we're going to get a nice YouTube video out of this, Blake.
That's the goal.
So I'm Blake, or I'm not Blake Bryson. I'm Brett Bryson. I've been with New Skin a long time, and I'm a team lead, and we do this show every night. This is our 10 at 10 show. So 10 minutes of tips at 10 o'clock, and tonight it's me and Blake. And we're just coming on the backside of the Power Lips launch, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But mostly, the purpose of tonight is we're going to have Blake, who's a brand new Emerald qualifying Diamond. That dates this. Sorry about that, because you're moving so fast. But Blake's going to talk to us more about social. He did this last week, talked a little bit about some Facebook tips, and today we're going to talk more about daily mode of operation, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about. So we have lots of new people in the group. We have lots of people that have been here a little bit longer, a couple months, and are progressing along in the compensation plan, and they don't really know what to do every day. They don't really know how to manage their social media. That's something that we don't want to ignore. I mean, that's something that I know a little bit about. So we want to make sure that people are learning and understanding kind of how to grow their business from there. So I'm gonna share my screen, Dad. Is that all right?
Yeah, and why do you know about that? You work with a, bunch, hundreds of little social media companies every day, right?
That's right. Yeah. I currently have a background. That's what I do for my full-time job. I work with small to mid-sized companies, and I help them with search engine optimization primarily, and then also social media marketing. So I help them to grow their following. I help them to organically grow their number of likes and followers and things like that on social media, as well as getting additional hits and traffic to their page from Google. So it's kind of the world that I live in every day. Let's see here.
Well,
And
I'm gonna do what I did last time. I'm gonna make sure I make a lot of notes because I learned a lot last week.
got it. Let's see here. Is that showing up all right for you? Do you want to check on the Facebook feed and see if this is showing up okay?
Yeah, let me look on my iPhone really quick here. Yeah, I can see it gray.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so I made these slides actually about 2 months ago now. So they've been around. They're not brand new or anything like that. I'm making sure you can see me, but what I wanted to do was just kind of let people know, you've done your first couple of posts, you've got some action, you've made some money, you're excited, you don't really know where to go from there though. So this is what you can do to grow your social media following and really start to participate in growing your social media following every day. So I just titled it the social call to action. We're going to go over how you can clean up your following, how you can grow your following, what types of things to post, how to post, and really what you can do offline as well to grow your social media following, and what you can do in order to not just grow your team, but to really kind of grow your own understanding and your own knowledge of what you're really doing here on social media and with your new skin business. So first and foremost, clean up your social media presence. I actually used your profile here, Dad, as a good example because it's a great example of how to treat your social media. If you're gonna make additional income using Facebook, then you need to make sure that it looks like a professional page. I always joke at my full-time job because I actually interview new people and I hire new people. And one of the first things that I always do, even though it's not really something that I can use to determine whether I hire somebody or not, I look them up on Facebook. I look up potential people on Facebook to see what type of a person they are. And that's what you need to, understand is that people are watching. Facebook is a fishbowl. It's something where people are constantly watching, whether they're liking or interacting with your posts or not. So, avoid being negative, avoid things that people don't want to associate social media with. Have a professional looking, a profile photo and cover photo. That's going to be the first thing that people see about you. This is a desktop version of Brent's profile. But on a mobile device, the first thing you see that you actually have to scroll past in order to see anything else is the two main pictures, the cover photo and the profile. The other thing to do is remember to have fun. The main reason that people use social media is to look at memes and videos of cats and and funny videos and things like that. They get on social
Entertainment.
media. Sorry, what?
Entertainment, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They don't get on social media to buy a product. They don't get on social media to, look at your page and and talk about your opportunity, they look at it to escape their life, right? So you can be a positive thing, you can be something different, but you have to start off by cleaning up your actual social media presence. The next thing you need to do is you need to continuously add new people. So in the online world right now, content is really king. So as you add new content to your social media, new people to your social media to interact with that content, Facebook's algorithm is going to favor you more. That's just how it works. That being said, content is king, but context is God online, okay? So if you have people that are relevant to you, that have relative context to you and to your page, then people are actually going to interact with that content. It's kind of like the saying where if a tree falls over in the woods, does anybody hear it? If you do a post on Facebook and no one likes or comments on it, did it ever really happen? It's kind of the way to think about it. Because it's really true. You're not, and another thing to do to avoid, I'm telling you here to add about 10 to 25 new people a day. The way to do that, the strategy to do that, I actually did a whole nother video on how to go through and find people that are relevant to you. And it's not just using the people section of Facebook. That's an algorithm. That's Facebook guessing who you are friends with or who you could potentially be friends with. If you want to know that the people that you're adding on your friends list are actually potentially friends, go through your friends list and find people that you know from them that you're not potentially friends with right now. Join groups that are relative to you and to your interests, whether it be a sport or something else that you're personally interested in, or if it's an entrepreneur group or a networking group or something like that for your age demographic. We have lots of single moms and other, full-time moms part-time moms that are working from home, and they join groups of other moms that are trying to earn additional income from home. And that's an excellent place to find people that have common interests and context to what you're doing. So that's what I would say is make sure that you're careful with who you add and that they're actually going to be someone that you can interact with. And that moves us right into here, interact with people. So when you're looking for something to do on your social media and you're staring at your screen and you don't know what to do, you go through and look at what other people have posted, your friends, interact with their posts, like their page, be a real person, So when you see someone that just had a baby, go and wish them, congrats, tell them, congratulations on the new addition, comment, be a friend, wish people a happy birthday, reconnect with people through other life events and so on and so forth. And then also go and try and find people that you don't normally interact with. I actually also talked about that in my other video about how you can find the most recent posts and interact with people right as they're posting new posts. That's a great way to find people that are currently online that are looking for people to like and comment on their posts. The way to think of that and the reason...
Hey, Blake, that's changing from top stories to...
Most recent.
Most recent, that's right.
Yeah, and the reason for that is, when you do a post on Facebook, think about your own mentality. You do that post so you can get that fake internet karma, right? So you can get those comments and those likes, and you can get people to interact with you, and you feel better when more people do it. It's the same thing with your post and the same thing with theirs, okay? So when they do a post and they're talking about something funny or a funny video, if you go and you watch that video and you like it and you say something about it, then that makes them think that you actually, care, which you do, right? These are your friends. These are people that you want to interact with. This isn't just about recruiting. This is just about, growing your social media engagement, okay? And once again, as you engage more frequently with Facebook and their algorithm, the more frequently it's going to favor you when you do additional posts. So be really frequent with how often you post. I always say that the 80-20 rule is what you should follow. 80% of your posts should be non-business specific. 20% of your posts can be business specific. I wouldn't say that's an exact science or anything like that, but I try to post about 3 to 5 times a day, about every 2 to 3 hours. I don't overpost about my business. I don't want to just shove it down people's throats because that's the best way to get unfollowed or to get completely ignored. Another thing is if you're only posting about business, a lot of times what you can do is kind of alienate a lot of your other following because the only people that are going to like your posts are going to be other people that are in the group that are doing the business with you. So you want to do things that are going to engage with other parts of your friends. So I try to post things that are motivating, things that are funny, things that are interactive, that have like a fill in the blank or something like that. Some of my best posts are ones where I ask people where they want to travel or what they want to do this like summer or weekend or things like that. Favorite movies, things that people interact with. And then also, things that are business specific that have a business purpose. but they're not so in your face. They're not so much like, this is about my business, and if you want to join my business, then join my business by commenting or liking below. I do posts like that all the time. I did a post like that tonight, but I don't try to do them every single day. Okay, so remember, treat this like it's something that you're having a conversation with somebody. It's very natural, and make sure that you're getting all of your following to interact. Recruit daily, tell your story. That's the number one thing. The rest of this is kind of just ideas for what you can say. Really, if you go and you tell people that you've found a way to earn additional income by using social media, and you're on social media, then the people that you're talking to are going to be interested. Okay, so just tell your story. Say, hey, I recently found a way to make additional income on social media. Is that something that would be interesting to you? They say yes, teach them a little bit more. They say no, don't worry about it. Say, great, do you know anyone that might be, or would you be willing to help me out? Invite them to do a referral post. Message additional people. I ask people to always think of the best person, the person that they wish was doing this with them, and go and talk to them. Tell them their story. Message friends that are active. So if you see someone that's always posting on social media, say, hey, I saw that you're really active on social media. I recently found a way to make money on social media, and I actually made some myself. Does that sound like something that's interesting to you? I try to talk to about 3 new people every single day about my business. And I really always am talking to people, whether I'm at work, whether I'm, just going through my regular day. I tell people about what we're doing. And then the number one thing is I'm trying to remember, someone in the group called it, I think they said it's like vomit all over you or whatever, like word vomit all over you. You want to try and keep a little bit of this to yourself. Talk less, say more is what I always say. I'm a salesperson by nature, so I always try to say just enough to help someone be interested. And once they're interested, I let them do the talking. Okay. So that's kind of your goal, is to get someone interested enough that they're talking to you, that they're asking questions, that they're ready to post, that they're ready to make money, and then just shut up, and let the system do its job.
And this slide, back on that slide, that could be, you talked about it with the business product, which I always talk about, because I was in Subway, so I always talk about, what does Subway sandwich sell? And I asked that question in the group the other day, and, a lot of people say sandwich, and, it's really the store. And so you went at this, tell the story from the business point of view. This is the exact same thing with the product, right? Tell your story about the interaction that you have with a product. Is that right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, with whether it's the AP24 whitening toothpaste, which is still the main product, or Power Lips, or what have you, whatever product you're having a good story with, same thing. Yeah, just keep it simple, tell the story, talk about the interaction that you've been having, and people are going to be interested. That's just how it is.
Perfect.
Another thing you can do is learn. We always have people that are asking questions, that want to know more, that have specific questions that have probably been answered. We've been doing this for several months now. We have hundreds of hours of videos that are in the group page, and also in the YouTube. They're all over the place. There's recorded presentations. We also have this great group. There's over 2,500 people in that group that are interested in you and your success. So go ask questions in there. We're more than willing to help out. And if you have another question about what your next step is, or if you want to kind of upgrade or progress through the compensation plan, go to your upline. Find out who your upline executive is. If you don't know who that is, find out after this call. And they're really interested in you and your success. And that's kind of where we go actually from here in the presentation, is we talk about kind of how you can learn. So really you want to commit. If you want to go beyond, what you're doing, if you want to just social sell and make some additional income every month, great. The group is perfect for you. If you want to progress through the compensation plan and go from making a couple $100 extra a month, a couple $100 to $1,000 extra a month, to several $1,000s a month, then we have a place for you. If you want to go to create walkaway income, and we actually have people that are making $10,000 and more a month in our group. So if
crazy.
You want to connect with
5 months too, it's just wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you want to do that too, we have a place for you. You might need to invest a little bit more time than someone that's trying to make $200 to $1,000 a month, but you're going to get a much better payout. So the best place to learn how to do that is at events. Okay, so commit to be at major events. Find out when they are. The next one is in September. I believe it's the 15th and 16th, Friday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this is the most information that you could get, in 2 half-day periods than you could ever hope to get, by watching all the videos or by listening to us every night at 10. You're going to be around like-minded people. the majority of the leadership that are on these calls have been to these different events, and that's really what helped them to start taking massive action. And then finally, I think I have 2 slides left here. The last thing that I'd say is, connect with your upline. They're emotionally, financially, completely enthusiastic about you and your success. Okay. This picture over here is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and John Wooden at UCLA. He went on to be the, highest scorer of all time in the NBA. And he has a coach. He had a coach the entire time. Even though he was one of the greatest basketball players of all time, he was listening to this guy. When you look at this guy, he's probably in his 60s at the time, and he's, head shorter, but he knows what he's doing, and he knows the game, and he always was there to help Kareem really start his career off on the right foot. And that's our goal for you. We want to be your upline. We want to be your coach. We're another one of the players right now, honestly. Like, we're all players that are working together. But if you have questions, if you're looking for coaching, instruction, guidance, anything like that, we have all of the support that you could ever need. You're not going to have the excuse that you didn't have access to information that you needed, because we have all of it here in this group instantly. So, if you have questions, if you need help, ask for it. And then ultimately, the last thing, you might really not know what you're doing, but this is one of my favorite quotes by Tony Robbins. And he says, the path to success is to take massive, determined action. And that's really it. If you go out, we didn't know what we were doing 4 or 5 months ago, whatever it is. We had no idea. We didn't have a system. We didn't have people. In April, we had 14 people that were doing this. And ultimately, that's grown to 2,500 now in the group that are all excited, that are making money, that are successful with this. And we just kind of put our heads down and we go out and we do it. So really just decide that you want to do this and go out and do something every day to grow your social media following. And there's nothing that you could do to not be successful. So that's kind of where I leave that, Dad. I know that you had a couple things that you wanted to end up on, especially you want to talk a little bit about power lifts, but that's really all I wanted to go over tonight.
Wow, Blake, that was so good. It was so good, and all kinds of great information in that. Real quick, I've got a couple little things to clean up. So power lifts, the frequently asked question by Anjanelle from Newscan, that video, you should review it if you're just starting to use power lifts and just starting to do a bunch of demos. It's going to really help you. They did a very, very thorough job of the frequently asked questions, and it's going to really help you in the experiment process with that product. And then we're right in the middle of month end. Be sure to be watching your team and watching yourself. If you've got more than 500 points, then talk to your upline executive about ranking up. And we're going to do an executive LOI call tomorrow night. It's actually a webinar that we do every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. I'm going to be talking about the road to $10 billion. I've been able to piece together the strategy that Nu Skin's going to use to do that, and that is a lot of growth, and there is a lot of opportunity with this company right now. So we're going to do that, and then also, it really made me happy that you did a shout out for Texas today. There's needs for hygiene kits. These are people, they're struggling with power, and they're struggling with basic needs, hygiene, clean water, brushing their teeth. I mean, that seems pretty self-serving, but that hygiene kit that Nu Skin put together is a really good opportunity to help with that. There's a lot of, close friends that are down there, and so we want to do that. And that's it.
All right. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Okay. Yeah, this was a great call. Have a good night.
See you guys in the group.
Okay, bye.